let's start a little bit with this year's team,
Hmm.
building off of last year. I guess I feel like last year you guys grew a lot,
Yeah.
learned a lot, and maybe the only truly unsatisfying thing was that ending. It just sort of ended, right? Maybe a little bit unsatisfyingly.
Yeah.
Can you feel this team using that moment through spring training and summer off season and all of that to kind of motivate this group?
Yeah, I think the cool thing about last year's group is they really just leaned into what we were experiencing with just new experiences for a lot of people. Yeah, we played some younger players, but pretty quickly after that, we had four new players come and were able to just bring a little bit more to the team. We're excited about the team, had an experience last year. So I think from a pretty early on time in January, we were moving forward with what this group wanted to do and not really looking back. And so I think that was cool about what the four freshmen added, with as well as Sophia coming back, joining us from her mission. It was just nice to have a group that wanted to move forward together and that wanted to be the best they could be, and that there was players that didn't experience that. So I'm not sure that sitting in that or talking about that or reflecting on that is much good for this group. They want to just be who they are this year, and I think we're 1 year older, and we've got new players, and then we added Emma and we added Elena, and so we've just got a new group that just started yesterday, and we're looking forward to seeing how good this group can be.
I'm glad you brought up Elena a little bit there because her transfer caught me a little bit by surprise. I think it got, well, even her a little bit by surprise. She wasn't sure she was
Yep.
going to take this extra year.
Yep.
But when a middle blocker with Division One experience
Yep.
pops up in the transfer portal, probably even kind of late, and it's somebody who's
Yep.
coming home, she's from Utah,
Correct.
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
What kind of a need does that help with your group where you lost a couple of middles from last year and
Yeah.
to be able to kind of bolster Bree and the rest of that,
Yeah.
Mia and all of them with that experience?
Yeah, just thinking about hearing what you describe it gives me goosebumps just for her, for the opportunity to come home, being away for a couple years, homegrown kid, played with Mia in high school. They won a state championship together, spaced out a little bit, but they're high school teammates. And just to be able to include her into our group, and I think, her experience and who she is as a person and the culture add that she is invaluable for us. And so the volleyball stuff we'll figure out, happen pretty quickly, but when and I think she is going to be a great addition for us in a lot of areas, and we're excited to see what her role is on the team and where she provides that support for our middles and what she can bring to our group. But excited to get to know her and experience this season with her, and have heard nothing but complimentary from all three of her coaches, two of her coaches, in Slick, Shea Golding, and then her coach at Tennessee Tech. So really grateful that she's given us this last COVID JC year, whatever it ended up being for her, whatever waiver she's on. We're excited that she gets to have this opportunity.
I think unofficially it's being called the Pavia rule.
There you go. Yeah.
Vanderbilt quarterback and the JUCO and all of that stuff. It's nice to see there are other sports that are able to take advantage of kind of
For sure. I'm excited for her.
Claire, she was Claire Little then last year, had a really nice kind of, she started to break out a little bit more of her
Yep.
shell a little bit more last year. I feel like through some of these, I realize it's some spring games and also some workouts and that kind of
Yep.
thing, but have you noticed a difference between Claire Little last year and I guess Claire Little Chambers this year? Not just that she's married, has a new last name, but if you noticed kind of any differences with, the player that you want her to become, maybe?
Yeah, I think always, as you experience college and collegiate athletics and playing in the Big 12, and she's got 2 years under her belt and she knows the ropes now, I think that always presents, hopefully, you would hope, and with her case, some maturity and some ability to just lead out with our culture and with our team and what BYU volleyball is all about. And so looking forward to seeing, what her junior year holds. And I think she understands what it takes, to be great, and she has goals that she wants. And so, putting in the work and being a big part of this group in the off season and working towards that has been a priority for her. And I think she's done a great job, and we're excited to see if there can be even more of a breakout year in her junior year.
What's the biggest key for this team specifically? Because every team's a little bit different, every team's a little bit more multiple, but what's kind of the biggest key for this team to find the success that has traditionally come with BYU volleyball for the last.
Yeah, I think unity, staying together, being united, being as one, playing for each other, playing for the name, BYU, and then wanting to do it as a group. And obviously, everyone has individual goals. They want certain things for themselves that they come into each season wanting, but the overriding being the team is going to be something that's important for us, that everyone's all in for the group to be 1 year better, to be 1 year older. And again, there's kids that didn't experience last year that are playing Division I college athletics in the Big 12 for the first time. And so how can we weave those players into our team, graciously and lovingly, but also with some urgency, in that we play in 3 weeks, and we have our first match and quite a few matches in a couple days and a couple weeks span. After the first 4 weeks, you've got 12 matches. You're almost halfway through season. It goes pretty quick, and then we'll be in the Big 12. So I think just staying united, being a team, playing together, playing for each other is going to be important for this group.
I won't go through the schedule game by game. We'll do that during the year, and like you said, it sneaks up on you, and then it flies by even quicker. Your first exhibition game, though.
Yep.
You're playing Idaho State.
Yeah.
It's a home exhibition game, but it's not here.
Correct.
You're going to go to Ogden High
Yep.
School. You did that during the spring
Yep.
when you guys played at Millard High School. Did you know?
We did that last. We did that last fall with Southern Utah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it was last fall. Did you maybe notice something there, or what kind of goes into sort of maybe taking a game out and saying, hey, let's go somewhere where maybe we don't always go a lot? Did it maybe give you a little bit of like a community feel or
Absolutely.
in the atmosphere?
Yeah, just being able to work with Southern Utah and being able to meet halfway, and then the community that came out, the high school players, the town, people who lived in the town who came out and giving back to the community, not just making it about Cougar Nation that can get to the Smith Fieldhouse and watch us at home. We'll have plenty of home games, but we're excited to go up north and to bring our brand up there and get into little areas where we're not usually playing games and matches, and we're grateful for Idaho State meeting us halfway. And I think it just gives your team a little bit of adversity, going on a bus ride, playing in the middle of the day. Maybe there's a crowd, maybe there's not a crowd. And we're looking, to still be looking at lineups and still be looking how players perform and looking at, how well can they play with their first opportunity, some of them, to put a BYU jersey on.